Greetings, friends. So this is a response to Lauren, who reached out and asked to speak more on the idea of what is the happiness formula, the formula for joy, peace, passion, all of the things that bring us that happiness. So what is the happiness formula? So I'll share it with you right now. Here it is. SOL. What does SOL stand for? No, it is not crap out of luck. This is the state of our life, right? State of the life. Where are you at right now? What is the state of your life? Or in other words, your life conditions. Where are you at emotionally, spiritually, physically? Where are you at in your career? Just where are you? BP stands for your blueprint. Now, what is your blueprint? The blueprint is all of your beliefs. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about others? What do you believe is possible? What do you believe is not possible? What are your values? What do you value? What's important to you? What do you find is like the most important thing to you in life? What is the most important thing? What are important things? And then what are your rules? How do you know you've achieved them? What are your rules about life? And it's a more complex conversation, which we'll get into another time, but just know that it's all of that. It's the model, the map, the plan, the model of your world, okay? So think of an area of your life that you are happy in. There's got to be some areas of our lives that we're happy in. Right? Obviously, we all could find things that are challenging, and we'll get to that in a moment, but where are you okay with? Where you're not feeling stressed, you're feeling happy. What I'm going to guess is in the areas of your life that you are happy, that you experience joy and pleasure and so forth, your state of your life equals your blueprint. Does that make sense? It just equals what you think it should be. This meets your expectations. If you're making X amount of dollars and you think that's appropriate, that's what you should be making at this time, that's you feel okay about it. If your health is in a certain place and it's where you think it should be, I'm X amount old and I've done certain things, so I'm kind of okay with where I'm at. If your relation, where every area of your life where you do not feel stress, where you feel contentment and joy, state of your life equals your blueprint. Now, think of an area of your life that you are not happy in, where you're not feeling joy, where you're feeling stress, where you're feeling challenge and strife, and all these non-resourceful negative states are coming up for you. Because remember, the state of your life is the states of your life. So in that area, wherever you're feeling pain, wherever you're feeling stress, wherever you're feeling aggravation, frustration, fear, all of those negative, non-resourceful emotions, the state of your life does not equal your blueprint. Right? It's not like you were going through life and let's say you struggle with addiction and maybe you've been to rehab or something like that. And it's not like you were sitting with your guidance counselor and going through your hopes and dreams and making your vision board of the future. And, like you're growing up going, one day I want to be a fireman, an astronaut, an entrepreneur, a musician, an actor, an actress. I want to have a great family. Or come on, struggle with addiction and have to go to rehab or go to jail or something like that, right? It didn't happen. So when it did happen, then you're like, crap, what the heck? It's not on my map. This is not what I wanted. This isn't what I wanted in my life. It's not who I am. And we have all these challenges and all this strife. And this is where we feel the stress because we're not where we want to be or where we thought we should be based on what we thought. Now, question. If you want to change your life, what do you have to change in this equation? Well, one of the things we hear often is many people go, you know what? I'm going to change my life conditions. I'm going to change the things in my life. So how does that look? Well, question, have you ever been in a situation maybe where you were in a relationship and you've had a few and you get to a point in your relationship where you're not digging it, it's not working out, you're having these challenges, and you end the relationship. And then you find yourself in a new relationship. And after a certain amount of time, you find out that you are actually in the exact same relationship. The only difference is this person looks different. They have a different face, they have a different body, but we're running the same patterns. Or maybe it shows up in work. Sometimes people will get to a point in their job and finally they get to this place where they're like, you could take this job and, you know the song. They leave that job, go to a new job only to find themselves in the exact same position, the exact same challenges, only with different people, but we're having the same conversations, have that same nemesis, the same battle, the same arguments. That's because that person has just changed their life conditions, the state of their life, wherever they're working, wherever their relationship is. So in order to get lasting change, what we need to do is update the blueprint, right? Update your blueprint. And what does that mean exactly? Well, that means look at your beliefs. What do you believe about life? What do you believe about yourself? What are you valuing? What's most important to you? If you start changing what you believe about yourself, what you believe about life, who you are, that starts to change your blueprint, doesn't it? If you start changing your values, what do you value most? If you valued money over relationships, do you think that that would have one impact? And then what if you switched it and valued relationship, love over money? Do you think you'd show up differently in that relationship? If you valued love over maybe love of self over love of others, would you take care of yourself first so that you could take care of others? Something to think about. Maybe your rules, maybe you looked at what does it take in order for me to experience some of these things. Maybe if you changed your rules, maybe you wouldn't find yourself so frustrated all the time with certain people at work, maybe with your relationship and so forth. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you think about it, the more rules you have, the smaller the box of possibility you have to be successful. Doesn't that make sense? If you have less rules, then you have more flexibility, more opportunities. So it's just something to think about. Now, if you change both, well, that's going to speed the process up. Now, in some situations, A, it's not necessary at all, and B, it's not possible. But if you can change both in certain situations, for example, when we talk about recovery, oftentimes it's certainly better to create a new environment, because if you go right back to the old environment, you're essentially taking the nice clean dish, you went through the dishwasher, the clean water with the soap, and then you're sticking it back in the dirty water after you rinse it, right? So what you really want to do is look at where that's appropriate or not, because the truth is, most times in many relationships, when people update their map, their model, their blueprint, well, then we both change the relationship, don't we? So it's not necessarily the person on the other side of the conversation. It all starts right here. So if you can update your blueprint, and the faster you update your blueprint, the faster it will translate to the rest of your life. Doesn't that make sense? So maybe you could start asking yourself, what do I believe? What do I need to believe in order to have a different set of life conditions, a different state of my life? If I want to have a healthier relationship, if I want to have more graceful and elegant recovery and transformation, if I want to be successful in my business, what do I need to believe about myself? What do I need to believe about the business? What do I need to believe about the person I'm in my relationship with? What do I need to value in that context? What's going to be, if I change what's most important to me, will that change how I show up? And what are my rules about this? What needs to happen? How do I know I'm going to be successful? What is that success? What does that look like? What does that sound like? How does it feel? I hope that helped. And thank you, Lauren, for asking for that distinction. And I look forward to serving you more. Any opportunities that we have, please take advantage of, whether it's webinars, events, newsletters. Just opt in and spread the love. If you found this was helpful, please share it, because it's really not me. This is the universe talk, and it's really you talking, because if this touched or moved or inspired you in any way and you share it, it really is coming from you, isn't it? So I love you for who you are and who you aren't. Have a blessed day.